What was the impact of Sukarno? What was the impact of Sukarno on Indonesia and the world during the Cold War? Sukarno was the first president of Indonesia, and his influence was felt deeply in both politics and society. His journey began during World War II when he allied with the Japanese. This partnership was strategic, as it helped him promote nationalist ideas while Japan exploited Indonesia's resources. This collaboration set the stage for Sukarno's future political maneuvers. As Sukarno's ideology developed, he began to incorporate elements that leaned towards socialism. He aimed to create a socialist state and utilize some communist techniques. This shift brought him closer to the Soviet Union and the Indonesian Communist Party. His growing ties with these groups raised alarms among Western nations, especially during the Cold War. They feared that if Indonesia fell to communism, neighboring countries might follow, a concept known as the Domino Theory. The Domino Theory suggested that the spread of communism in one nation could trigger a chain reaction in surrounding nations. Sukarno's policies and his relationships with communist organizations heightened these fears. However, it is important to note that Sukarno's vision was more about Indonesian nationalism than strict communism. He wanted to maintain Indonesia's independence while seeking international support for economic growth. Sukarno's impact on Indonesian politics was substantial. His nationalist and socialist policies helped shape the country's identity and its role on the global stage. However, his increasing reliance on communist methods and his refusal to ban the Indonesian Communist Party after a failed coup in 1965 led to a backlash. This backlash came from anti-communist factions within Indonesia, ultimately contributing to his downfall. After Sukarno's presidency, General Suharto rose to power, marking a significant shift away from communist influences. Sukarno's legacy is complex. From a communist viewpoint, he attempted to apply socialist principles in a nation that was not fully communist. His efforts to balance national independence with international cooperation were challenging, especially given the intense ideological divides of the time. Despite the political turmoil that followed his presidency, Sukarno's influence on Indonesian nationalism and his attempts to align the country with socialist ideals remain as important aspects of his impact. His story is a reminder of how one leader can shape the course of a nation during a time of global tension and change.